Welcome to the School of the Giant podcast. And I am your host, Hopeton Bailey. Now, on the School of the Giant podcast, we speak everything leadership. We want to explore in depth the concept of leadership because in our world today, we've seen that there is a need for more leaders. Absolutely now, we have great leaders in our world today, which we admire, but there is a need for the development of more leaders, more strong and positive leaders. So on the School of the Giant podcast today, we have Garth, who is an aspiring leader. He has done so many things in his life, including supporting a charity organization in his community, teaching mathematics, and also teaching life skills to support the youth in his community. He's now teaching mathematics in Qatar. So he's an aspiring leader. So welcome to the School of the Giant podcast.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you on today.
Thank you
for sure. So I like to do this. I like to give the guests the opportunity to actually introduce themselves to the viewers and the listeners. So can you introduce yourself to the viewers?
Yes, for sure. My name is Garth Whitehead. I am a passionate mathematics teacher who loves helping students grasp the beauty and the logic of mathematics. I'm from Spanish Town, and I graduated from the Michael University, where I own both academic and teaching skills. When I'm not in the classroom, you often find me practicing mathematics on my own. Also, it's truly diving deep into the subject outside of academic. I like playing football and cricket, to have an active balance between work and school. That is important.
For sure.
Very important
and
for me.
Can I just jump in there and say, it's for me, it's really a pleasure to see that you've come to Qatar, and during your first year here, you've actually won the award of the most improved player in football, which was amazing. But now I've also seen you taking up cricket as well, and you've joined a new community. And you've actually, I think you are actually now the second best in terms of the run scoring in the cricket.
At the current moment, I'm fifth, but
yes,
yeah, but
at one stage you were second.
At one stage, there were two accomplishments because I set two live goals. The first one was to make 100 runs first. I was the first one to make 100 runs.
Fantastic.
In the entity when they started to record score and such. And that was a goal within itself for me. And it's a very good achievement, nice achievement, and I really enjoy doing it. Just to see the lads actually looking up and be like, yes, this guy can actually play some cricket, you know?
Sure, that's amazing. So to be able to win the award of most improved player in football and in the school community, and then gone on to another community, and you've actually now you're well established, you know, as a cricketer in the community. I'm amazed by that, you know, and I'm impressed, you know. So I have to share this with you as well. So thank you for introducing yourself. You've went to the Michael.
Yes.
And even though I'm a graduate of Church Teachers College in Jamaica,
yes,
but I still have to say the Michael, even
yes,
though there is no better college than Church Teachers College. But that's for another debate. Thank you for introducing yourself again. But can you use 10 words? If we should ask you to use 10 words to describe yourself, okay? What are those 10 words you would use to describe yourself?
Well, I have my 10 words, and these are words that actually work with me and work with other people as well. So my 10 word is, so I'm enthusiastic, charismatic, inspiring, I'm generous, I'm very supportive, uplifting, passionate, playful, and driven.
Fantastic. Now, supportive, I can say, working with you, I can safely say that, 100%, you are, a very supportive person. And I think also that is one trait of being an aspiring leader, to be supportive to the people around you, which I find that to be 100% a part of your nature. I think this is a part of your nature, a part of your culture, to be just very supportive, like you just like doing things without me even have to ask you. I've seen them done before. I'm thinking about it and it's done before I've even asked. So I think you are very supportive. But in terms of the word driven,
Yes.
which personally I think you are, but just for the viewers and the listeners, can you expound on driven? What does that concept mean to you? Yes.
Yes, for sure. Well, driven, yes. So, as like I said, I went to the Michael University College and I did 4 year in college. It wasn't the easiest 4 year of my life. So, I have to be self-driven, self-motivated, and I have to be on the ball. Because there were topic or subject that I struggle doing, but just because I'm driven and just because I'm not afraid to ask, I actually went and mastered these topics. For example, namely calculus, abstract algebra, mechanics 1 and mechanics 2. So I have to be self-driven. And then I had a few friends, I think I'll call their name on this podcast, so Dana and Travis. So it was the three of us, and we were like, we called ourselves the Iron Triangle. Yes?
Iron Triangle.
Yes, we called ourselves that. Now, the thing is, they love maths just as I do, but we actually teach each other within that small space with one another. So we are self-driven all together, and then as like I said, so there are topics that we might not understand, they might not understand, and I actually find ways just to learn, just for them to learn. I watch a lot of YouTube video on mathematics.
Okay.
As I said in my introduction, I practice maths on my own. So that is very important, you understand, to be self-driven and self-motivated
Yes.
as a person.
So that's intrinsically motivated.
Yes, yes,
Absolutely.
yes.
Yeah. So, the book, The 13 Degrees of Leadership, this is not my first book, but actually the book that touched my heart the most, which I'm promoting, and I think everyone should have a copy of this book. You've read the book, The 13 Degrees of Leadership, and imagination, the degree of imagination, yes?
Yes.
How did imagination help you to gain a degree in mathematics? You've touched on your story, but tell us a little bit about the story of you, imagining this thing happening in your life, and now you've accomplished it. So how does imagination help you to accomplish this massive goal in your life?
Yes, for sure. And I like that question. Very nice question. I'll tell you a little about how it actually started. So I was teaching with some friends. They had this private entity, and while teaching with them, not having a degree, they actually teach me how to teach mathematics. That was it. Now,
Sure.
I had met this friend that we went to primary school together. When she came to the school and she'd be like, you should go and do your maths degree. So she filled out the application for me, helped me to apply for Michael. I had my interview and I actually got in. Now, getting into Michael, that was one thing.
Yes.
Not knowing about how I'm going to pay my school fee, that was another thing.
Yes.
So I never ever forgot this. So my mother was like, don't worry about it, man.
Yeah.
And the first payment my mom gave me $50,000. 50,000, I can't forget that. And that
Yeah.
was the first and only payment I made. And I'll say why.
Yes.
So now I have other friends now who were like, you should apply for a scholarship. So when I went and I applied for a scholarship, so I got myself a math scholarship for doing my degree. So that was so phenomenal.
So that scholarship was a fully funded scholarship.
Yes, from the Ministry of Education in Jamaica.
That's
so
amazing.
they were giving they gave away 100 scholarship, 70 for maths and 30 for science.
Okay.
So, and we started out in our class with about 30 students, and when we finished, it was like 18 of us. So, and this is what I always tell myself. Once I started, I'm closer to the end than the beginning. So,
Fantastic.
so that is my saying. So once I started, I'm closer to the end than the beginning. So I have to go through with this, pull through with this, and then I have my family looking up to me. And also, I can say this, actually, my family that I actually see every day and I live with, I was actually the first one from my family that I see every day to accomplish and get
degree.
a mathematics degree.
Okay, so not only just a degree, but a degree in maths.
Yes, at the secondary level, yes.
Fantastic. So imagination, you imagine holding this degree and you use your imagination. You've seen the end result before you've started. You said you don't know how you will do it, but you just imagine that it will happen, and then you just start, and then you finish.
Yes, for sure. And it was a task. It was an uphill task, I must say. It was an uphill task, I must say. I failed only in that 4. I've only failed one course.
Yes.
And that's calculus 1.
Wow.
Calculus was it was
It's a tough thing.
Yeah, it's a tough thing, but
Yeah.
you know. And after I actually failed calculus, yes, and I went to redo calculus. So while redoing calculus, I was on a thing that is called teaching practice. So while doing teaching practice, I was redoing calculus, and it was just smooth sailing. I passed, you know. So I was like, yes, this is it. So I feel like, yes, I can accomplish this. I have to keep pushing myself, you know. Yes, the sky is the limit,
For sure.
and I'm trying to reach at the sky.
So thank you for sharing your journey. But also, I mean, we've spoken about this off camera so many times that during your journey, your lecturers used to view you as a leader. So much so that they used to take you out to different schools to talk about different graph programs and so on, because I mean, you were so much in tune as a leader, you know, as an aspiring leader. So can you tell us a little about this?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
So I remember we were doing this software that is called GeoGebra, and it's a good software to teach a circuit theorem. So myself and Chad McCullough had actually mastered this. So our lecturer was like, listen, taking you out to Monique to actually teach some of the students how to use the software. And at that point, I was like, yes, this is life for me, you know.
For sure.
Just for the lecturer come and look up to me and be like, listen, you actually mastered this, and I'm going to take you. And there were a lot of students else in the school as well, but we were playing with it, mastering it, understanding how to use it. And that was very good for me, you know. And also, I'm glad you asked that question. So when I was doing teaching practice, I must say, as you asked that question, I remember this. I had this program where I had to do something after school with the student, and I actually introduced GeoGebra to these students.
Yes.
And they understood perfectly. So it was my program, so I started it. It was going well. And students were actually in tune. They could have seen, you know. Yes, so they are visual learners. So once they see, so they'll be like, okay, I actually understand this.
For sure. So driven.
Yes.
You're always a driven
Yes, I am.
individual,
Yes,
ready
I
to
am.
take on any task.
Yes, I am.
That's amazing. Now, I'm coming back to my book again, 13 Degrees of Leadership, which you have read, and I must say that I'm happy that you've read the book. And you've not only read the book, but you are studying the book. So intentionality. How did the degree of intentionality motivated you to support that after-school club in your community? Because we know, for myself, in Jamaica, I've done after-school club for mathematics, helping students with mathematics. When I went to the UK, worked in the UK, I've done after-school club, supporting students. Sometimes I did it for a small fee, and sometimes I actually did it for free.
Yes.
You've actually done it for free
Yes.
in your community, which is a very difficult community in Jamaica. But intentionality, what was your intention behind giving up your time to support this after-school club in your community?
Well, to be honest with you, I grew up in a very rough community, I must say. It's not the easiest of community. So just to see that I went to college, got myself a mathematics degree, I feel as if I need to try to give back something to the community.
Fantastic.
So when they actually approached me, the moment they approached me, it was just a yes for me.
For sure.
It was just a yes, and it also helped me to master my craft of teaching. So it was also practicing, and to say that it is very hard because it was very difficult because I had to leave school at 2:30 from Kingston to go back to Spanish Town to start teaching at 5, and I did this for free for like 3 years. Yeah, for 3 years for free. So, and student has passed. I've built relationship with student. Student used to came to me and be like, "Sir, teach it at school," or "Miss, teach it at school," and I don't understand. And I ensure I make them understand, go through with them, breaking it down. So it wasn't just doing it because I want to do it sake. I want the best for these students as well. As you know, sometimes we can be misled as people. So if we have the right person who are leading us forward, it is very nice. And for me, I find so much fun in teaching mathematics. I find so much fun in teaching mathematics.
Yes.
I'm always happy to teach mathematics, to also learn mathematics. You understand? And if a student should ask you a question as a teacher, and if you don't know, just try to be honest with them, because you can't know everything
in mathematics.
Because
mathematics is infinite. It doesn't finish anywhere.
No, it doesn't.
So there is always more and more to learn. Yes.
Yes.
I want us to understand this as well, you know. Yes, for sure.
So it was a very rough task. It was a hard task, but I was very dedicated. And you said the word driven, as like, and it's driven and intentionality.
Yes.
So those two combined together now.
Yeah, it's a powerful force,
very,
super
very
force.
Powerful source.
Yeah.
So they actually.
So from your actual program, do you remember, like, can you pinpoint on any, student that you've actually helped in the program, and today they're actually somewhere doing something amazing, and you could safely say it's because of the help that you've given them that actually inspired them to move on to do something great from your program?
Yes, I can say yes, safely say yes, because these were children who actually live in the community. So I've seen them move on to become supervisor and such. They used to say, "Mister, you're the best maths teacher."
Sure.
So just to hear a student actually say that, and you're not their full-time teacher at a school that they're going. Also, there was this one student, I don't remember his name, but he went to St. Catherine. I actually knew the principal at St. Catherine, so the principal know of me doing this.
Running this program or being a part
being
of
a
this.
part of this program, because these students went and be like, I go to De La Vega City and Mr. Whitehead is teaching maths. So yeah, we had a chat on it, and it's very comforting. It is so comforting to know that your name is there. You know.
Sure.
So if I should go on the road and see any of these students, they're always gonna be like, Sir was my maths teacher. You know?
Yes.
Sir was my maths teacher, and no negative vibes, no negative energy. They are always happy to see me, as I am always happy to see them progressing forward. You understand?
Yes. You know, when we talk about intentionality, like we've always said that in your life, you can grow without intentionality, but when you put intentionality on your growth daily, it helps you to grow further and higher. Now, like for you actually running this after school, supporting this after school program for free, for myself, I've put intentionality on this when I was teaching in Jamaica, because I said that I am going to do an after school program like you for free, teaching maths, and also I was teaching English as well. I'm not so good with English, but I was also teaching English.
Yes.
So teaching English and maths, after school program to the students for free. But the intention was that God is going to bless me and I'm going to achieve the blessings of finding a way of getting to the UK. Okay. This was the intention I put. So I actually placed a blessing on this work that I was actually doing. And actually, funnily, seriously, this actually happened. Like at the end of the program, before the students did their exam and everything, I actually got a call, and I actually eventually end up being in the UK within that same year. Yes. So how much can you see, like, or what event in your life actually kind of show you that there was a blessing from this support that you've given to your community? How much can you put your fingers on that to say a part of the blessings in your life is actually because of your intentions, you know? Well,
to be honest, I didn't look at it in that way, but the thing is, just working hard, trying to let the student grasp the concept of mathematics, because most students, I should say, I can say most easily, doesn't like mathematics. And the thing is, they build up this wall, yes, and as teachers, we have to go and hit that wall down to get to these students. So I didn't look at teaching overseas any at all for a while. I didn't look at teaching overseas. So it's a very hard question for me. So, but coming to Qatar, though, I must say, my friend, my college mate, who actually called me and had a chat with me, Adolf Gill. So, and then that was it. And then I always want to, I tell myself I want to be one of the best maths teacher.
For sure.
But being one of the best maths teacher, I can't be teaching in Jamaica alone to be the best.
Yeah, you need experience, a wider experience, yes.
So, thanks to Adolf, I must say, but the intentional wasn't really there just because I was just so in tune with my student. I remember when I was working at Holy Trinity High School, because I wanted to take a break from teaching. I did took a break, but it was very hard to take that break.
Yes.
Because I just had some student did exam, and then I had some grade 10 students who were coming in grade level. I should be their teacher. I was like, I'm so attached to these students. So taking a break, I couldn't stay in Jamaica, so I had to go overseas while school is starting just to take a break. And I'll just stay overseas for a while. I spent 5 months overseas in the United States just to get my mind, just to take a break. And I actually took a break. And during that break, it was when Adolf actually reached out to me, and I was like, it's back in the classroom for me.
Shout out to Adolf again.
Shout out to Adolf again. I thank you, Adolf, so much, you understand? And it's very good to have people actually looking out for you. And if adults didn't know what I could have done, they wouldn't have to reach out to me.
For sure.
Yeah, so that's the next thing. So I do things and I know blessing is coming, but it is what the Lord has in store for me.
For sure.
So I just accept my blessing, and I say thank you.
For sure. Well, thank you so much. You've spoken well. So this question, I just want to pick this one out of the sky to ask this question, because all the time, like in Jamaica, there is a little competition going on about Church Teachers College and Michael College, which you guys consider to be the Michael. Maybe we have to say the Michael because of the popularity. I think maybe the Michael was founded many years before Church Teachers College. But this question, can you tell us about, in the Michael, one of your most fun moment, or maybe not fun moment, but memorable moment, as someone like, I mean, for me at Church Teachers College, there are so many moments, I can remember, being me, being a part of a kind of a group in the college. We have so many moments in the cafeteria where we didn't want to join the line, and we have so many issues, so many run-ins with the principal. But some tough moments, but most fun moments, playing football, everything. So many memories, as a part of a college. I can remember one of my moments at Church Teachers College when I was a freshman, and we were playing a football match against Bethlehem Teachers College, and Bethlehem was actually leading 1-0.
Yes.
And I got 20 minutes on the pitch as a super sub. And within that 20 minutes, I actually, maybe I can say single-handedly, but maybe that would be taking it a little bit far.
Yeah.
But I turned the game around because I made a control in my chest, pass the ball to the center forward, and he scored. And the next one was a corner. I took the corner. I kicked the ball on the center forward, and he scored. So we actually won the game 2-1. And that was like, a massive moment for me in the college, because I actually built a name from that 20 minutes on the pitch. So that was memorable moment for me. So your life in the Michael, can you tell us one of your most memorable moment?
So for me, it's gonna go education.
Okay.
Because it is just very memorable. So I had this lecturer who was Mr. Suarez. So he was teaching this topic. I don't remember the name of this topic, but he was teaching, and then we had a conversation. It was like the conversation we had. I told him that, listen, at the end of this exam, I'm gonna get an A.
Yes.
I'm gonna get an A.
Yeah.
And then he was like, no,
Not possible.
you're not possible.
You're not there.
Not, but he was teaching, and I understood this very well from the start. He was just on it, and it was algebra, which algebra is one of my strong points.
Okay.
Yes, so now on the day of exam, when I went and I saw the exam paper, I was like, yes, this is a cakewalk.
Yes.
Yes, so that was very memorable. And what makes it memorable, so the next term when we went back to college, went back to school, he was like, so Mr. Whitehead, why did you cheat? Why did you cheat?
Yes.
I was like, I didn't cheat. I told you, we had a bet. And I told him, listen, I'm going to get an A. I have to get an A. And I got that A. So it's setting goal and accomplish it, make it actually be memorable for me.
Very memorable.
Very memorable. And I always talk about that, one of the best match that I've seen.
Yes.
Hands down easily.
He's the best.
Yeah, one of the best. I've seen all of them are very great lecturers. I had very great lecturer, but he is hands down one of the best.
So that was your most memorable moment.
Yes, that's.
And actually, I remember once upon a time I did a psychology exam in college, and I actually got maybe I think 98 or actually close to 100. 100%. And the lecturer came to my class and she said, Upton, I know you did not cheat, but did you cheat?
Yes. And that stands a very memorable moment for you, right?
And she said, Upton, I know you did not cheat, but did you cheat? Yeah, because she couldn't believe, man. I actually just maxed out the paper. Like, I could just see everything clear. It was, you know, that was a memorable moment as well for me. So, coming back to the 13 degrees of leadership, the degree of doing it now,
yes,
like erasing procrastination. Procrastination, they say, is the biggest stealer of time, something like this. And this procrastination affects all of us in some way, shape, or form. But for you to be motivated, you're from a tough community in Spanish Town, Jamaica, not coming from the richest of family, but you've decided that you are going to obtain a degree in mathematics. At the time when you started, you didn't know about the scholarship program, but you just said one day, you know, I'm just get up, I'm just going to do it now. So the degree of do it now, how much has this played a very influential role in your development?
Well, 100% do it now. No procrastination. So the thing is, you have to tell yourself, listen, I'm going to do this and not shy away from doing it. So that was it for me. So as like I said earlier, I was like, I just need to get one foot in.
Yes.
Yeah, and then that's it. And even I'm here in Qatar and teaching mathematics, and this actually helps because I teach.
Sorry, can I cut you? Because just that you just mentioned about, you said that you just want to get one foot in. Like there's an old Chinese principle that says the longest journey begins with the first step.
Yes.
So I think you've actually employed that amazing principle without maybe not even thinking about the principle like that. But it is the do it now principle as well. You know, longest journey. The journey is going to be long. It's going to be 4 years. But if I just make
That
the first step.
that initial step.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so yes. And as like I said, do it now. I just can't hold back. I have to be driven. Yeah, I have to be driven and be like, yes, I'm going to do this. I have to do this, you know. I need to do this. I need to show my family I can do this.
For
you
sure.
know, yeah, I need to put things in place that my family member can be like, yes, I want to be like God, you know, which is
Absolutely.
important, which is
For sure.
very important because I am a leader within myself, and so I need to see my family actually seeing me leading in the right direction that they
Without
can
actually
follow.
talking,
Yes.
but actually doing.
Doing the action.
Yes.
So if I get up and I say I need to learn this to go teach, I'm going to learn it to go teach.
For
So
sure.
it's just do it now. No procrastinating. Not
Yes.
at all.
So you've spoken well. Yes. And I just want to come back to the point where you've mentioned that, but I didn't get this one clear. You said you are the first one in your family to obtain a degree in mathematics. But is that the first one to obtain a degree overall or just a degree in maths?
Well, a degree overall, I should say, with the family that I see every day.
Yes.
Yeah, so with the family that I see every day, the family that I am around every day. Not talking some of the family I might.
So you mean your immediate family?
Yes, so my
Okay.
immediate family. So I was the first one. And that was a great accomplishment.
For sure.
They cheered me on. It was just that feeling, and I'm still getting that feeling now as we are actually speaking about it. So, and that's it. And then, and now, currently, I'm actually thinking about doing my master's, which is important to me.
For sure.
And a great person told me that I should actually do my master's in mathematics, who's sitting in front of me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I
This would
should
be-
just actually continue with doing my master's, and then after my master's, I just do my PhD as well in mathematics. So it's just everything from mathematics going forward from here on out.
Fantastic. That's amazing. Lovely. Now, I just want to ask you a question, like 13 degrees of leadership as well. Today we've touched on 3 important degrees. The degree of imagination,
Yes.
the degree of intentionality,
Yes.
and the degree of do it now.
Uh-huh.
If you should think for a minute about these 3 degrees, which one of these degrees kind of resonate with you the most? Or if we should put them on a scale of hierarchy, which one would you say would be the most important degree in your life?
Well, I must say it's a very great book.
Yes.
It's a very great book, as I've read the book. But I would say all 3. But you put me in
In a spot,
a spot where I have to choose. I would say all 3 because they all work hand in hand.
for sure.
But the degree of intentionality,
Yes,
yes. So you have to have that intention. Listen, I'm gonna be a great person. That intentionality and it's thought within the mind.
for sure.
So yes, so you have to say it's intentionality at the top. But I said all 3
Are powerful.
are very powerful and they work hand in hand because each one support one.
Okay.
So it's
But you think that intentionality.
Yes.
Yeah, for you to just get up and make something great of your life, you need that intention behind it.
Yes, yes.
So you have to master the degree of intentionality,
Yes, I do.
for sure. I kind of differ from you,
Yes.
but I can understand where you're coming from because the degree that resonates with me the most is the degree of imagination. But I can see where you're coming from because if I go and imagine that I need to have some housing developments in Qatar or I need to achieve this, achieve that, I can imagine it.
Well,
But then I still have to come back to have the intention
to do this.
to do it.
Exactly.
And comes what may, it's going to be tough times, difficult times, but because I put intentionality on it, I will accomplish.
And then you follow it that do it now.
And you follow it to do it now.
So as like I
So
said,
they work hand in hand.
as like I said, because they are very powerful degrees. You understand? They are very powerful
Fantastic.
degrees. And as like I said, they work hand in hand. So one support one. Yes?
For sure. Well, thank you so much for being on the School of the Giant podcast today. It's been a pleasure sharing with you and actually learning a little bit more about your journey as to become a maths teacher with a degree in mathematics and having gone to the Michael.
Thank you.
Which there's still a question about that still, but that's for another time.
Yes.
But for sure. So what's your last, takeaway for the viewers? Like, what is that last idea you would like to share with the viewers? Motivating, inspiring. What's your thought?
Yes. You have to be self-motivated as a person. You have to first be self-motivated that others can help to motivate you. The sky is the limit. Always try to reach for the sky. Yes, and never tell yourself you can't or you won't accomplish it. And also set small goals.
For sure.
Set small goals, try to accomplish them, and then you can start setting medium-term goals, long-term goals.
When you accomplish these small goals, you should celebrate them on your journey.
Exactly. So that is very important. So goals, do it now. All of these
Imagination,
intentionality.
intentional. So thank you so much again, Mr. Garth, for being on the School of the Giant podcast today. You've shared well with us. And also, you've shared some insight on your journey as a student at the Michael.
Yes.
I must say. And also, I want to thank Clearview Studio for supporting us with this podcast. It's been a pleasure
Yes.
Thank you so much for sharing on the
Yes,
podcast.
thank you for having
And
me.
can we just end by saying the degree of imagination,
Of
the degree of
intentionality,
intentionality, and the degree
of
of
do
do
it
it
now.
now. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
thank
It's
you.
been a pleasure.
Yes.